Orange Island is an action-adventure platforming RPG thing from former Sega designer Ted Sturchy. I know the title Sega designer sounds really prestigious, but it's pretty much resume jargon for web coding and design, which is in no way a disparagement. They were some mighty fine-looking layouts, really, but not as fine as Orange Island. Behold her majestic pastel shores and juicy character animations. Whatever Ted's background, this game is absolutely gorgeous. So gorgeous, in fact, I immediately tracked down the playable demo moments after spotting a chance backer retweet. That's right, this is another NES homebrew Kickstarter project. And I know how much you all love watching NES homebrew Kickstarter videos. And obvious sarcasm. The first thing I noticed while playing Orange Island is the apparent inspiration it must draw from the likes of Wonder Boy and a slew of other 8-bit classics. Visually, it's super nostalgic. The demo focuses on the core of the gameplay, which is to say you'll jump around platforms, shoot monsters, and collect treasure. There's multiple playable characters whom you can swap by returning to your starting hut, a la Falcom's Legacy of the Wizard. Sadly, there's no dragon dog, but there is a badass kamikaze granny. I think between the two, my heart belongs to Gran. You'll want to switch between characters because this 8-bit Metroidvania features alternate passageways traversable by specific characters. I hear tell that the full game will double down on this mechanic and go as far to include unique character-specific magical abilities and weapons. In the demo, we just see a few extra tall platforms reachable only by the longest of jumpers, or by crafty grannies. The full game should, according to the Kickstarter description, also include towns, NPCs, side quests, cutscenes, shmup shooter segments, puzzles, and a bittersweet storyline with multiple endings. All of which, of course, are not showcased in the demo. What you do get, however, are bombs, an endless arsenal of explosive ammunition. Despite the limited length and scope of the demo, it's plainly apparent that the full game will give the player a ton of flexibility. I played through the demo 3 times, with 3 different characters, and had 3 different experiences. As Amy, I was an absolute beast. With 3 power points, she was one-shotting most baddies. The advantage came with a caveat, however, her jumping sucked, and I had to take the long way around to my objectives and reluctantly pass up out-of-the-way treasure hoards. Azure was the total opposite. With her 1 power point and a 4-star leap, I quickly took to soaring through the air, scooping up loot and dropping bombs on enemy heads as I passed over. And then there was Granny, where things took a silly turn as I began seeking out more creative workarounds for her poor jumping skills. I know that the demo is only a small slice of a much larger adventure, but if the finished product is as much fun as it, then Orange Island should prove to be a new classic. While the game certainly emphasizes exploration over challenge, I do hope that the demo's non-existent difficulty is not a reflection of the final game. But I don't think that it is. Rather, it appears to be that the characters were scaled to allow players an opportunity to play with the game's core mechanics unhindered. There's an abundance of money with nothing else to spend it on save health and mana restorative instays, and with as much health as each character has, the enemies and boss encounter pose very little threat. Granny rushed in fireballs to the wall and within seconds had toasted the adorable little bastard. Now for the facts. Orange Island's Kickstarter campaign ends on Wednesday, July 24th, 2019, so go forth and back it. Or, like the total cheapskate you probably are, wait for the game to hit digital platforms later. Specifically Steam, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch. I, for one, am calling dibs on a physical NES cartridge, which will not happen unless the London-based campaign raises £34,000.